This is FanStream Sports.
Can I please have your attention? And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-neck geeks who wouldn't know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Yes! Here we go!
I guess I want to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about my pants.
Welcome into the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim show, that show that you're randomly here because we weren't here last week, even though we fooled you with replays. Admit it, you were fooled. We are here right now, and we've got a whale of a show. And by the way, thank you. Thank you for coming in and seeing our show. Look, our text line, 214-937-0569. If you're listening to the downloaded podcast and you want a way to contact with us, use that. My name is Colby Sapp, and the guy that was just pointing at himself is one IndyCar Tim. What is up, Tim?
Colby, I'm winning.
You are winning.
Because I'm me.
I don't know if that was the reason why I'd say you were winning.
Hashtag winning.
Hashtag winning. Hashtag Charlie Sheen?
Yes.
Got
he wishes he was me.
How many people wish they were Charlie Sheen?
Man, there's been times, but
Right.
I feel like for the most part, he probably leads kind of a miserable existence.
Just snarky all the time.
Yeah, and just, I don't know, just all of the random, unprotected sex with all the beautiful women all the time. Like,
You'd get tired of that?
I mean, I do.
Right.
You know, me and Charlie, we got a lot in common.
Steven Tyler, that situation.
Right. Yeah, I don't know who's going to get that.
Those that do, good for you. Those that don't, I'm not going to explain it to you. I'm going to have you Google that yourself. Man, starting off, I've got a story for you guys.
Story time with Colby.
One that I never thought I'd find myself in, and actually one, weirdly, that I thought about quite often. And I'll explain. So I'm going about my daily job, which is I'm a merchandiser over point of sale, person that puts up the signs and stuff for Southern Glaciers. That's what I do during the day. And I had gone through all the things that I had to do, so I was like going to, add to my time and, make sure I get my full hours in. So you go around and you basically make sure the stores look good. You front them, you face them, you go look in the back stock, see if there's anything that can go out, stuff like that. And there's a store that's the Walmart off of Cheeksparker, off of 121, that I usually go into because, like, during the afternoon, nobody else really goes in there, so it always looks like trash. So I've got a lot to do. So I can take some time away. So I go into that store. And I'm handling my business, and I've got my headphones in, and I'm jamming out to Ginger, and because of course I am, and filling the cold box. Now I'm looking to see how many champagnes needed and how many Pinot Grigios are needed and whatever. And didn't notice anything going on, but I look up, and there's a police officer. There's more than one police officer. They're in full body rattle.
Like riot gear?
Like armed with ARs.
Oh, wow.
Everything, right? And
Did you ask about me?
No, he didn't ask about you. But he did suggest that I leave the Walmart.
Really? Holy moly.
And that's when I noticed that everybody else is scampering to the doors pretty quickly.
Did you try to steal anything in the confusion?
In the melee?
Yeah.
No. Because I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
Yeah, whatever's happening, this guy's ready for war. So me and my bottle of Marca that I have in my hand are not ready for war, so why don't I leave? So I leave, I go outside, and there's nobody knows what's going on because now I have to figure out what's going on. See, Tim, I actually did care.
Wow, that's a shock. I'm surprised you didn't just leave and go to your next stop and never look back.
And so finally I got a hold of, there was some employees, and they're like, I don't know. They're just, the police showed up. There was some stuff going on in automotive. I was like, okay, so automotive was like across the store for me. So that would be a reason why, even though I had metal playing in my ears, that I didn't notice a commotion. So I leave out without really knowing. And then later that night, I start looking through, and there's nothing like on any news reports or anything like that. It's like, well, crap. Well, I actually kind of want to know. Come to find out, there was an active shooter.
In your Walmart.
In the Walmart that I was at. He didn't shoot anybody.
Yeah.
But he had waved a gun, and he was threatening to start taking people out.
So at that point, is he an inactive shooter?
I guess so.
Because if he wasn't shooting, he's not very active. Thank God. I mean,
So at any rate, everybody was fine. Nobody was killed, but it hit me. I was in that situation, right?
Think he was pissed off because they overcharged him for his tires?
He was a former employee.
Oh, those are the worst.
And I guess he was trying to get some work done on his car, and there was, wouldn't be how you would treat me if I still worked here situation going on. And maybe he felt besmirched. And by the way, if you had besmirched on your Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show bingo card, you win.
Pretty sure that's the first time that word's ever been spoken on our show.
Yes, well, there it was. So at any rate, that really kind of brought, I actually thought about, once I read that and once I saw what was going on and all that and where I was, and if he had gotten teed off and just like everybody's going to die, I had my headphones in, I probably would have been the last to know, because if those that ever put my headphones in your ears or ridden in the car with me, the music's loud.
I can't do that. That's why I can't do that.
The music is all the way up because I am trying not to hear anything else but that.
I don't know how people do that and exist.
Oh, that's the only way I've ever done things, man.
I can't not hear things around me, especially in a car. You wear your earbuds in a car?
No, I don't wear my earbuds in the car,
okay.
but the radio is
Okay.
turned all the way up.
Yeah, I don't turn it all the way up, but I've been known to listen to it too loud. When, I don't know, Michael Bolton comes on, you got to crank it.
No, said nobody ever. Holy crap. You just see Tim going
Richard
down
Marx.
the road on his Harley with steel bars just, how am I supposed to live without you?
Mark.
Yeah. Go ahead and mark yourself. But Tim, I have oftentimes in Imaginationville have put myself in the, what do you do, like if, the whole Die Hard situation, terrorists show up.
Yep.
And then my way of going to sleep is usually thinking about a place that I've normally been in. What happens if, the bad guys show up, and it's name your bad guy of the week, right? It's whatever. Because I love action movies in those situations, right? So, and then because knowing the store, what would I do?
Right.
Right. Would I go, and oftentimes it's grocery stores or something, because that's a lot of times what I'm in. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to the chili aisle. Because who's going to expect a wolf can of chili hurling at your face at 70 miles an hour?
Dude, those will hurt you.
Yeah.
Just try dropping one on your toes sometime. Now I bet that flung at your head.
Because they're going to be expecting it, if you're on the place where they have the knives, but you got to unbox the knife. Have you ever tried to get the knife out of the plastic when you really needed that knife?
They don't let me around the knives, Colby.
It's not going to come out. So I'm thinking, go to the chili aisle or the wine and get the big bottle of champagne or whatever, right? Something heavy. And I was in that situation, and all I did was just walk out because that's what you're supposed to do. I didn't, but it just hit me. I was like, crap, I was there. But yeah, no, there's nothing stupid you can do in that spot. But in my brain, I've always, like, imagining it, I've always been like, yeah. And then I'm talking to the reporter afterward. Well, stuff happens.
So if you routinely picture yourself in an action movie,
Right.
to fall asleep, by the way, at night,
Yes.
which is vastly different than what I do because I listen to thunderstorm sounds on my Alexa.
No, I imagine myself in the most outrageous action movies.
You picture yourself in Die Hard. I picture myself in Blowhard.
Okay. Right.
In a porn or something, So do you have in your brain what your famous like tagline would be?
I don't.
Get off my plane.
I don't have an action movie tagline per se.
Get out of my Walmart.
Most of the time, it's playing me, so it's the I don't care,
Right.
pissed off guy.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, whatever. I was there. Yeah, stuff happened.
I know what your tagline would be.
I gotta go.
Here's your tagline, Colby. Call me Tillman, but I don't know why. There's Colby's tagline.
So there was that, and also it started me thinking for the first time, and I still haven't told Sybil this part. For the first time, I'm like, maybe time to move to the country.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because there's too.
You still have to go to Walmart.
No, yeah, you still have to, but it's the less likelihood because of the amount of people
Oh, I see what
that
you're
you're
saying.
going to run into the random guy. Like, I'm running into like things I can't explain all the time in the mid cities that used to not be there, and I'm going to sound like an old man.
Get off my lawn plane.
Right. I'm gonna sound like an old man, but like, just, you know how you see those TikToks of like the person driving down the road and they see this person that's obviously spaced out on drugs and they're just and they put music to it or whatever.
Yeah.
And I see those people all the time now. I used to not
God.
see those people, right? The guy that's on the corner that's like just spaced out. I mean, I've seen homeless people before.
Right.
Not that. I'm talking about the guy that's like obviously had too much of whatever his preferred drug is.
Crazy looking people on the side of the road.
Right.
Those are different from just the homeless people.
So I'm starting to see a lot more of that, and I don't know if it's just younger me didn't care,
I bet you didn't notice.
didn't notice,
Yeah.
and now I'm noticing. I'm just starting to think, because I've never been the one to, when people say I'm going to move out to the country, I'm like, why? Because what happens if you need something?
Yeah.
It, like
I
right
think
now,
DoorDash probably didn't come to your house out
Right.
there.
right now, if I need a loaf of bread, there's literally 3 grocery stores that I can, my 2 feet, I can go get a loaf of bread. No problem.
Yeah, but not out there. You got to plan ahead.
Yeah. I remember as a kid, going into town was a thing.
Oh, sure.
It was because it was 45 minutes till we were in Athens, Texas.
Yeah.
Athens, Texas, by the way, doesn't have everything that you need. Sometimes you had to go to Tyler.
Right. And that's not a short drive.
That is not a short drive. So, yeah, man. But I'm thinking about it now. I'm almost right there where my dad was. He's like, yeah, we just going to move out here.
And stay.
Right.
Wow. That's crazy, man.
So,
When was that? Today?
that was Friday.
Friday.
That was Friday. I actually called my boss and was like, in case you're wondering, I made it out of the Walmart just in case it's that big of news.
Yeah.
Because, well, he didn't even know I was in the Walmart because I
Yeah.
just randomly picked that store at random.
Right.
I said random twice, 3 times.
That's awful random of you.
Mm-hmm. But I was like, yeah, man, in case you're wondering if you have any Glacier employees that are at this Walmart that's currently under siege by the police, we left.
Wow.
Just in case you need to know.
So did you have to go back to finish your stuff?
No, I didn't go back in. No.
Okay.
No, I left it. I mean, I was just there trying to help out.
Right.
And I figured that the wine section was the least of their worries.
Right.
So I left on to the next store. I did make sure and tell like the vendors at the stores that I went to after that, hey, if you've got Walmart on your list of things to do today, because I still didn't know what happened.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go.
That's insane.
So active shooter. Well, didn't shoot anybody.
Inactive shooter.
Inactive shooter.
But the news won't tell you that.
No.
They're just going to say active shooter.
Right.
To make it sound as exciting as possible.
And then you'll read down to the middle of the story that everybody's okay and no one was shot.
Yeah, and that'll be at the very end. You have to read the whole story.
But the response time of the police, by the way, to where they got there before anything escalated to he's actively shooting people.
Right.
That's pretty amazing.
Wow.
That's pretty amazing. So
That's crazy.
Whoever notified, all that kind of stuff, cool. Good for you guys.
Probably an employee, I would imagine.
More than likely, probably the employee that was being threatened.
You think they have little buttons under the desk like the old-timey banks, for bank robbers to alert, like the silent alarm?
I would be shocked and awed if the Walmart automotive department had a panic button linking to the police.
You never know.
I would almost be appeared. I would be close to being appalled.
But you'd be appeared?
Yeah.
I'm appeared.
That's when you're almost appalled.
Oh, God. How did we get here?
Disciple jokes.
Catholics hate us right now.
If you were showing up for a podcast for
sports,
for apostle jokes, you found the right place.
Oh, we should do a religion podcast.
Oh my God. I have a degree in religion, right?
I do too.
So,
God, we would be smart.
What people would think we actually knew what we're talking about.
It would rule.
We
could start our own church.
Should we start a podcast about things we have degrees in?
I feel like we just did it.
We don't have degrees in like whatever this podcast is about.
Nope, not this.
We have degrees in another thing that we don't do a podcast for.
That we never talk about.
I like just throwing out that I have a degree in religion just as an anecdote. It took me years of my life, but here, just
so what do you usually
sidebar.
What do you usually tell people first, Colby? Do you say I have a degree in religion, or do you say I got stabbed in Sunday school? What's the first anecdote that you tell people?
It's actually the stabbed in Sunday school is probably the more shocking of the two. Barely. That's probably the more shocking of the two.
Oh, that's amazing.
So, I don't know how we got to where we're at, but where we're going is me asking Tim, "Hey Tim,
hey Colby,
what day is it today, bud?"
I don't know. We have a comment. I feel like I should probably read first.
All right,
it's our buddy Ron.
What's up, Ron?
Hey fellas, let's talk about the big topic. DirecTV drops ESPN and Bally's. Bad decision, coach. Well, you know what? If you're still on DirecTV, Ron, then we need to have a conversation because there are a plethora of better options than DirecTV.
I'm no longer on the DirecTV bandwagon just because I needed more condensed everything. So I don't
know anybody now except for Ron that's on DirecTV still.
I went the Hulu route. You went YouTube TV.
Yeah, I have Hulu too. I just don't have Hulu Live TV.
Right.
So I still have Hulu. But yeah, I'm on YouTube TV, which is what we have here in the studio. And then, of course, I've got my Hulu, my Netflix, my Max, my Disney, ESPN Plus, all of that garbage. Peacock.
But
I pay for Peacock Premium so I can watch IndyCar, Colby. It's really the only crap I care about.
I pay for one of those premiums because it has all the wrestling pay-per-views.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Seems like a good idea.
So there's that. By the way, I don't even know what my TV looks like since this deal appeared into my life.
God.
So my PlayStation is everywhere. It's on my phone. So when I leave my PlayStation at the house, it's still with me. Just to piss off Tim during pre-show meetings where I'm just sitting there talking to G, Pootie, and Fathead. Sometimes Tyler when he's not.
I don't even look anymore, Colby. I don't even care. All
So,
Colby does is play his video games over there.
That's
Surprised
right.
you're not doing it right now during the show.
I could be.
And doing like live streaming and a live play-by-play of your GTA character.
My GTA character is badass, sir.
He's got too much real estate.
He owns everything. So, Tim.
Colby.
Day today, bud.
Oh, yeah. What day is it? I think we have a thing for that.
We do.
We even have some of this.
What?
So, Colby, it's an odd day today because it is Labor Day.
It is Labor Day.
First of all, and I didn't even know it was Labor Day today.
You know what? I kept wondering because I was like, sure you're not football busy and whatever? Because, I was wanting to do a show tonight, but I just kept thinking that we weren't going to do a show because the roads felt empty. Everything felt like everybody was home. I'm like, crap.
Yeah, no, it's a weird holiday for me this year for some reason. I don't know. Like all weekend, and kids are out of school, and they're out of school tomorrow too.
Wow.
For a teacher in service day or whatever they call it nowadays.
Huh.
Teacher work day. Teachers don't work. Come on. It's the easiest jobs in the world.
It is not. We've got actually news and notes stories about how not easy the teacher's job is.
Maybe the most overrated, overpaid job in the history of America. Teachers. Pfft.
He doesn't actually think that. He's just trying to currently get under your skin. Whoever just got pissed off, he was trying to do that.
I'm kidding. I love teachers. They are vastly underpaid. Trust me, I know. Because I used to have teachers that taught me, and they were underpaid.
Right.
And I have teachers now that teach my kids, and they're way underpaid. Because my kids are idiots.
They should probably unionize.
They should. Then we can never afford schools.
Right.
They'd have to be charged for all of them. Colby, it is also, and this is a weird one, Bison 10 Yell Day.
Is it about Buffalo?
Well, I don't know what it is. I've never heard of it, but it says, join us as we learn more about this holiday that has nothing to do with bison. So I have no clue. I didn't research this.
So it's the bicentennial?
Bicentennial Day, yeah.
Ten y'all?
It just says yell.
10 yell.
Is that what it means, bicentennial? What is it a bicentennial of on September 2nd?
I don't know. I was asking you. You got the words in front of you. I don't.
It's bison-10, T-E-N.
Why was I about to? My brain goes, you said hyphen ham. That's what my brain said was ham.
Bison hyphen. That's funny because my best friend growing up, his last name was Bison. And we didn't get married, though.
No, every time you say hyphen is because it's a hot chick and her new
Hyphen
name is
ham.
going to be hyphen ham.
Jennifer Love hyphen Hewitt hyphen Ham.
Yes.
Can you have 2 hyphens in your name?
I don't know the rules. I'm going to go with yes.
Why not, right?
Right.
Huh. How about Calendar Adjustment Day?
Why?
It doesn't say. It just says join us as we learn more about the fascinating history behind this day. Well, why are we adjust? I thought that's what leap year was for.
Yes. Yes, and I don't, man.
And it's not September 2nd. Huh. I thought Calendar Adjustment Day is when you had a big wall calendar hanging up and it's crooked and you go fix it. That's the first thing I thought of. I'm like, you have to wait a whole year to adjust your calendar on the wall?
That's right.
You have to look at it crooked?
Just walk by it like you're Shaq trying to eat a double-decker taco.
Oh, my God.
Those that get that reference, thank
Yep.
you. All 2 of you.
Death of Prophet Muhammad Day is we're supposed to reflect on the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad. What is that? Is that religion is that? Who's Muhammad? Is that
That's Muslim.
Muslim? That's
Yeah.
right. I was going to say, never mind. I don't want to say what I was going to say.
No, don't. Yeah.
I don't want to disrespect anybody. I mean, I do, but I won't.
No, you love doing that, and then I got to try and repair the pieces, and then I end up looking like the jackass to all your fans that are like, yeah, and there's a snooty guy that's over there just always correcting Tim.
That's right. I like that you implied that I might have fans out there somewhere.
I just hate the fact that you make me look like the snooty guy.
You're the straight man.
The guy with the "You Suck" shirt from when I met Mark Cuban like 14 years ago.
He does suck. I hate Mark Cuban. How about Independence Day of Vietnam?
Man.
Oh, we had nothing to do with that, right?
Welcome to Earth.
Colby?
It's an Independence Day reference.
Yes. Wait, was it the Vietnamese in those flying saucers?
No, it was not.
I never saw it. Meh. Had that dude in it.
No, you cannot meh Independence Day.
Yeah, it had, who was that dude that was in it? Not Denzel Washington, the other dude I don't like.
Will Smith?
Yes, that dude,
No,
the
this
Fresh
was-
Prince of Bel. I'd have watched it if DJ Jazzy Jeff was in it.
This was when Will Smith couldn't do no wrong. This isn't current Will Smith.
No, he was everywhere back then, like literally everything.
Yes, and it was great.
He ruined Independence Day. He ruined Men in Black.
No, he did not.
He ruined I Am Legend. He ruined.
Okay, I Am Legend, not great. But Men in Black,
movie.
Independence Day, first of all, I'm not going to let you besmirch Independence Day. Because the whole thing about that movie I thought was so awesome was the trailers leading up to it didn't tell you any of the story. You just knew that, like, aliens were showing up.
Right.
You didn't know, like, how in-depth they were going with the alien invasion until you got to the movie, and then you're like, holy crap. And then it was that huge. And now, of course, you look at the, CGI and all that now, you're like, meh. But back then, oh, my God. It was amazing.
I think the coolest shot I saw in the previews was of the White House blowing up.
They did that to, like, a lot of shit in there. Because
Yeah.
the major canon of dude.
I just don't think it was a very accurate representation of the Vietnam War.
Oh, because that's what we were talking about? Wait, are you trying to get us back on point?
It was a little bit, yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Trying to pull it back around, all the way around.
You're the snooty one now. Did we just trade places?
Trying to do the reach around, Colby, and bring it back. Bring it back through underneath.
My hands smell like garlic.
You sure it's garlic?
Yeah, I'm real sure.
All right, good. Colby, and again, every once in a while we run into one of these days and we're just like, huh?
We're confused.
Because, Colby, today is National Mouth Guard Day.
So everybody's supposed to wear a mouth guard today? Or
I guess. You
Did
ever
you
worn
ever-
a mouth guard?
yes.
Like when you played football or whatever?
Yeah. That and the wrestling that I did, you wore mouth
Oh,
guards.
did you?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, they don't wear mouth guards.
Not in the professional wrestling, in the let's get on the floor and really try and throw each other around.
when you were diving off of turnbuckles into tables and stuff.
That I didn't wear a mouth guard there. No, that was the professional wrestler Colby. The actually put on the ear jock.
Oh, the unitard thing and the earmuffs,
and the ear jock strap.
ear straps.
Mm-hmm.
I have never heard of one of these in my entire life, Colby, but apparently today is the day for it. National Blueberry Popsicle Day.
Oh, dude,
It sounds terrible.
that's no the actual real fruit blueberry. That's amazing. The real fruit.
I tried to
anything.
eat blueberries and I can't unless it's in a muffin.
Wait,
I love blueberry muffins.
have you just tried just grabbing some blueberries and
I
just,
have, because I think you talked me into buying them one time, and like I don't think I could eat them. I didn't like them.
Huh.
I don't know if it was a texture thing or like my brain thought I was eating grapes, but they didn't taste like grapes.
Yeah, I mean they're kind of like grapes, except they taste like blueberries.
Yeah, I prefer them in muffins. Love blueberry muffins.
I mean, you can put them in anything. Put them in your cereal. It's really good in your
Apparently, you can put them in popsicles.
cereal. Yeah, no, those are good.
Colby, a day that I feel like you and me celebrate every day. It's National Live Fearless Day.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I kind of do.
Just walk around and don't care. I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty much that.
Yeah.
Walk around and don't care.
Don't ask questions.
No,
How about
that means you care, Tim.
I just cared to keep it to myself.
And if you ask questions, that means you care about it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so don't ask questions, idiots.
That's right.
Colby, how about National Pierce Your Ears Day?
I've done that.
Already did that,
I've done that.
as everyone can see on camera, maybe. I don't know.
I didn't have them done professionally. I did that. I did.
I got my first time I got my ear pierced was at Hot Topic.
Really?
Vista Ridge Mall in Louisville when I was like 16. And you know what I went for? I got 2 in my left ear, because back in the 80s, you didn't do your right ear
No, you
unless
didn't.
you were of a certain sort of sexual orientation.
It was a different time back then.
Yeah, it was a very different time. So I got a stud, a diamond stud, and then I got the
feather?
Got the
You
feather.
went with a feather.
Went with the Mr. T feather. It wasn't as long as the Mr. T feather, but it was inspired by Mr. T.
That, you know what? Not a bad inspiration right there.
Walked around saying, "I pity you, fool."
That's right.
Nobody's going to get that either.
Hannibal.
Colby, it's National Spalding Baseball Day.
Because it's Spalding Day.
Is it?
It's
Is it like his birthday?
It's Spalding's birthday.
Oh, okay.
I didn't mark it down, but I saw it. So there you go.
Talk about a dude, and I don't want to get into biographies and history because I know you despise those things. Talk about, dude, Spalding was like the dude the most in the right place at the right time. You know, he was a former Major League Baseball player, right?
Right.
He's a pitcher. He retired. And when he played, there was no standardization of baseballs, size, anything.
Just go out there and chuck it.
So, yeah, you went from team to team or city to city, whatever team the home team was that you were playing. They're all different size balls. They had different, lace patterns and stuff. He went to Major League Baseball because that pissed him off as a pitcher. He went to Major League Baseball and said, look, I'm retired. And he was really good. He goes, we got to standardize this. We've been going on for 30 years, and we haven't standardized the size of the ball. And he's like, kind of felt like we should do that. And he just literally came up with that in his garage. The size, the lace pattern, everything. And he went, here, this is your new baseball. You're going to buy him from me. Okay.
Wow.
And they still do to this day.
That is amazing. Now what would be even more amazing is if he didn't do that. And each home stadium had like a different ball.
That would be awesome.
You're like, Texas ball was like X striped around it or whatever.
What if they were different shapes too?
There's humming a football-sized baseball at the plate.
What if they're like hacky sacks? Did you ever hacky
You
sack?
can make a smaller stadium because it's a plastic baseball.
Like wiffle balls.
You just have just a wiffle ball stadium. Which, by the way, that's fun to watch. People play wiffle ball.
I used to love to play. I threw my arm out, dude, throwing a wiffle ball one time.
Right.
Trying to do the curve and everything, and just like threw my shoulder out. I was like, it's a wiffle ball.
Yeah.
And then finally, Colby. How about World Coconut Day?
Coconuts.
All I can think of is Monty Python in Search of the Holy Grail.
Just the horse hooves. One of my dad's favorite, actually his favorite pie was the coconut cream pie.
I love coconut cream pie.
It's his favorite.
I dated a girl once that produced a lot of cream, and I called her coconut.
Oh, really?
She didn't like that.
No, probably not. Coconut water?
Never had it.
Not my favorite thing in the world.
I heard it wasn't good.
It tastes like what you think the shell of a coconut tastes like.
All hairy.
No, just like almost wooden
Ew.
with a little bit of sweetness at the end.
Who wants that?
Apparently a lot of people, because coconut water just flies off the shelf.
It does. It doesn't appeal to me. Like,
So
I'm out. And that's what day it is, Colby.
there we go. There's our day all wrapped up in a coconut.
Wrap it up in a coconut.
Congratulations to us. It is time for me to subtly segue while Tim looks for a certain title card to say it's time for the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Sports Report. And we've got football this weekend, everybody.
Dun.
Woo! Now, this is professional football. I know college football kind of already started, even though most of the games were, the starter games. We had a few good at college. We will get into those and also some more in our sports report. College football overreactions coming up in the second hour. But it is time to talk about that NFL, Tim.
Colby, we have NFL football, as you mentioned. We have Cowboys NFL football on Sunday, 3:25 p.m. Central Time, Variety Zone. And they're in Cleveland.
They are in Cleveland.
And we're going to do our Cowboys preview on Wednesday.
Right.
Along with our picks and predictions for the division winners, the conference champions, and the Super Bowl, as we do every year before the season starts, as well as our picks against the spread that we will resurrect again for this season.
Woo!
So lots of football stuff coming up as football season starts. But, Colby, there's some interesting things happening in the world of the NFL, and we're not even there yet. By the way, season kicks off Thursday night. a rematch of the AFC Championship game from last year is you've got the Kansas City Chiefs embarking on their, hopefully to them, historic journey to win 3 Super Bowls in a row that's never been done.
I mean, what?
Never happened before. Dallas couldn't do it in the early 90s because Jimmy quit, or they would have won probably 5.
Right.
And then even the early 2000 Patriots won 3 out of 4, but they couldn't do 3 in a row.
So that just
Or
means
3 out of 4.
it's not going to happen.
I don't think it is. I think we're going to have a new Super Bowl winner, which was great.
Right.
And we've got a little hint of that and who it might be in our little piece here, Colby. The NFL projections, power rankings. So some dude at ESPN that thinks he knows football really well went through and did some projections and predictions.
Getting ready to disagree.
And as well as his power rankings, which is very, very curious to me.
Since they haven't played real football yet.
Right. I get like preseason power rankings when you're in training camp. It's kind of weird.
Right.
You haven't even played yet. You don't even know what the final roster is yet. But Colby, apparently I have to log into my ESPN Plus for this particular article. But he went through and graded the ease of schedules, the hard schedules, who has the hardest, who has the easiest, the defenses that are predicted to, hold the teams in the league to the lowest point total.
Right.
The highest point total. Come on, ESPN. What you doing here? And then, of course, he went through and did his – I'll give you his name here in just a second. We do like to give credit to people when we steal their work.
Yes.
This is ESPN's Mike Clay, ESPN senior writer.
Ooh.
And again, this is over here at ESPN.com on their Plus section. Easiest schedule, Colby, he says the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
Which is good for Falcons fans who are trying to win that NFC South, as the Buccaneers have won it 3 seasons in a row. But now with the addition of Kirk Cousins as the quarterback.
Is he?
Yeah, I think he is, with his new $100 million deal, right? Or whatever the hell it was.
I mean, sure.
I'm not scared of Kirk Cousins in Atlanta, by the way. I just don't get it, man. I've got the Bucs winning that again. But we'll get into those on Wednesday. The toughest schedule, Colby. Oddly enough, for the second year in a row, the New England Patriots have the hardest schedule.
How do you do that?
Because they're in the East, the AFC East. And look at who their competition is. They played 2 against the Bills, 2 against the Jets, and 2 against the Dolphins. 3 really good teams, right?
So Aaron Rodgers is going to make it farther than he did last year?
Like, make it to the second series of the season.
That's all he needs to do.
And he'll win that bet.
That's right.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't hold my breath. Colby, the team to predicted to score the highest point total of the season, the Kansas City Chiefs.
I could see that.
For the 6th year in a row, they win this category.
I could see that. I'm wondering if Miami finally gets it all together, if they can do something to that.
Right? Well, your second is San Francisco, and third, he only went 3 deep in these. Detroit, your third.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I'd go ahead and say Miami. Detroit, I mean, Dan really wants to do Smash Mouth. I know he's got the weapons, but he wants to do Smash Mouth.
He loves to run the ball, man.
So.
Lowest projected scoring teams, Colby. There's 2 NFC East teams here in the top 3. And they're not Dallas and Philly.
They're not, no.
New York.
Yeah.
The Gigantics, with future Hall of Famer Daniel Jones at the helm, is your first lowest scoring team with just 300 points.
I can see that.
The Patriots are second with 310, and the Washington Commando Redskins at 320.
Poor Dan.
I know, but he wanted it.
He did.
You know what, though? Their defense might only allow like 319, so it's going to be a good defense, I think.
I mean, it's going to be a good defense for the first 4 or 5 games, and then it's just going to blow all apart.
Probably. They're all going to get hurt. Colby, the team projected defenses to allow the fewest points. I mentioned it a minute ago. The Cleveland Browns with number 1 because they've got a massive, massive defense over there. Myles Garrett, we talked a little bit about. Dalvin Tomlinson, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, Grant Delpit, Juan Thornhill. You've got a freaking trio of cornerbacks that are all elite. And we'll talk about it Wednesday, but I'm a little scared of this game, Colby. The New York Jets, second best defense by points, according to ESPN, and then the San Francisco 49ers are third on that list.
At some point, the 49er mystique on their defense has got to start to wane a little bit. And the only reason why I say that is because normally your defenses that are really strong struggle to keep that going for a long. That's the reason why you see, man, they were really good last year. What happened?
Yeah.
You see that a lot. For San Francisco to keep it this fresh with, just the smash mouth. I mean, they lose people so quickly with that defense. At some point, those injuries have to mount up.
You would think
and
so.
stop that damn thing.
And there's nothing I'm going to enjoy more for a team that's not the Cowboys than watch the fall of San Francisco, and they haven't won a Super Bowl with this team.
That'd be kind of cool.
God, I would love it. Colby, the team's projected on defense to allow the most points. The Arizona Cardinals.
Because they got give up all in their body?
They got nobody, man. Buda Baker and Jalen Thompson are their safeties, and I think those are their best defensive players, and that's it, man.
Right.
Denver Broncos and New York Giants bringing up the second and third. Now, Colby, we get to team-by-team rankings. Here are your power rankings as we enter Week 1 in the NFL. And I'm not sure how he came up with these, but I have so many questions. As the San Francisco 49ers take the top spot.
Wait, what about the Chiefs and all those things that they have that are good goods? How are the 49ers at number 1?
I think he must be a 49ers fan.
Okay.
He has to be, right?
Right.
He says the defending NFC champion 49ers enter 2024 with top 5 units on both sides of the ball. And once Trent Williams suits up, well, that's a big assumption that he's going to play, waiting for a contract. He said they'll be without major concern across the roster. This could be the year for Kyle Shanahan and company. I disagree wholeheartedly.
Right.
ESPN. He's got Kansas City number 2. For obvious reasons there.
I mean, I'd flippity-flop those for sure.
I would too. Colby at number 3, the New York Jets.
What?
I got to see something on offense, though, before I would put them this high.
I mean, I'm ready to put them there after a couple of games.
Yeah.
If I see what I think I'm going to see, I'm ready to put them there after a couple of games. Hell, after one game and I see, Aaron Rodgers out there doing his thing and that defense doing their thing, then yeah, I could, but not right now. All right, bud. Okay, dude.
Yeah, we need it bad. Colby, number 4. I kind of have the same feeling as I do with the Jets. Maybe not quite as much so, but it's the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, obviously they have a huge regular season. Last year they were great. They were kind of the Dallas Cowboys of last year. And I'm hearing people call them the Dallas Cowboys of the AFC because they put together these great regular seasons.
They look unstoppable and
they fizzle out in the playoffs.
I could see that.
But he's got them at number 4. And Colby at number 5. And as much as I'm flattered by this, I don't agree at all. But he's got the Cowboys at number 5.
It's going into the season with how many question marks there is, the only thing that I can go on is last year, and besides the playoffs, they looked great on offense, kind of iffy on defense at times, and you feel like you upgraded in defense by moving Zimmer over and changing some of the things going on and then being able to move Micah around. Mm-hmm. You get Diggs back.
You've just lost Bland, though. This was written after that. You're going to have a rookie starting opposite Diggs at corner.
Right, which I am not as scared because Bland was a rookie, and you've got the same guy coaching him.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be the same situation with him.
But
I like that, but as much as this guy's been wrong through this list, then I'll go ahead and say, yeah, I like it, but he might be wrong, bud.
So, Colby, to round out the top 10 here, and he has the Cowboys ahead of the Lions,
Okay.
the Bengals. The Cowboys are ahead of the Dolphins, the Browns, and the Texans.
I agree with it all, Tim. I
don't put them ahead of anybody but maybe the Dolphins. He's got the Eagles at 11 and the Falcons at number 12.
Okay, I mean, the Eagles, that's kind of far down for the Eagles. I think their locker room's exploding still, but, we'll see.
And they lost Jason Kelsey. I think that's – and they got a rookie starting at center.
Right. I mean –
Man, I have questions there for them.
We've got problems in the offensive line. It's going to be scary.
Yeah, we do. Including a rookie starting at center, right? But then the Packers, Bills at number 14, which is probably about where I would put them, but most people don't.
No.
I'm not a Josh Allen believer.
I'm not a Josh Allen hater. Some friends of mine would think I was. He gets the respect I think Tony Romo should have got. That's my thoughts.
Yeah.
Is the way he plays. I mean, does he have a better arm than Tony Romo? Yes. He's got better wheels than Tony Romo? Yes. But how he plays, so balls to the wall and just winning, either by a lot or the skin of his teeth, or maybe losing by his mistake. That's Tony out there.
And when you look at who he's had to go against in the playoffs the past few years,
right?
Very unluckily, they always seem to match up with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And Patrick Mahomes. So his Super Bowl prediction, Colby, by the way, the last team in the league, the Giants, and the Commanders are at 30. So a very top-heavy NFC East.
Yes, and a very bottom-heavy one as well.
His prediction, Colby.
Got a heavy bottom.
For that, do you like me some heavy bottoms? His prediction for Super Bowl 49 inside the Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. The Jets over the Niners.
Bullshit.
I swear to God, that's what it says.
Bullshit. I'm sorry.
The Jets, Colby.
The Jets.
The Jets and Aaron. Dude, this guy, Aaron Rodgers must have like naked pictures of his wife or something. He's holding over his head.
Or he has naked pictures of Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, the Jets over the Niners. Huh. So there you go. I don't know what to think of all of that.
I mean, I'd rather it be the Cowboys in there, but if you're telling me that the New York Jet fan gets to celebrate a Super Bowl, I'd be kind of happy for them because they've been so sad-sacked this whole time. My whole NFL watching life has always been to look at the Jets and go, ha, at least I'm not them.
Yeah, like them and the Browns, right?
Right.
And even the Lions for the most part.
Right.
I mean, I know they were good in the early 90s, but
the Lions got to have like Barry Sanders.
Right.
And I look at that and it's like, well, that's your Super Bowls. You got to have that guy.
Yeah.
That guy's amazing. So, but no, the Jets is like, oh, gross.
Well, I mean, the Browns had Bernie Kosar.
The sidearm, and so did the Cowboys, by the way.
They did. He won a Super Bowl in Dallas.
Sure did. There you go, Bernie.
By the way, Bernie Kosar maybe joining us on FanStream Sports here in the future.
That would be amazing.
Maybe in a little bit of negotiations for that right now. Get some Bernie Kosar here.
I'm excited about that. I'm over because I'm going to go ahead and say I used to emulate his throwing style.
Sure.
Because, you know, how he had the sidearm flick.
It looked effortless.
Yes.
Nobody can throw a ball like that.
No, and you shouldn't.
No, it's not right.
You shouldn't. So, but there you go. All right, coming up next, we're going to get into a little bit of that good, the bad, and the ugly. And then I have a mystery shotgun that has Josh Brolin showing back up in a weird spot What? That's all coming up on the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the temperature, ensure your home is totally secure, all from the palm of your hand. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Start by going to the website, GetStarPower.com. That's GetStarPower.com.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka. Named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about Turf Life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today and snag that window decal or snag any other special Turf Life accessories and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hi, golfers. IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
For more than 3 decades, Bob's Steak and Chop House has remained an icon of DFW restaurants. Why? Well, maybe it's because of Bob. He's fanatical about cleanliness and friendliness, and his food, oh my Lord, his food. If you've been there, you know about it. If you haven't been there, you should know about it. The original Bob welcomes you at either of his 2 locations, Bob's on Lemon Avenue or the sparkling new Bob's at Craig Ranch, McKinney.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out OrionGolf.com.
You know Volvo's reputation for building beautiful, long-lasting cars. Well, Crest Volvo Cars, located at 121 on the Tollway in Frisco, has over 300 brand-new Volvos at terrific prices. And there's also that hard-to-find low interest available. When you're at Crest Volvo, say howdy to General Manager Mike Brusen. Then test drive your favorite Volvo, Crest Volvo, off 121 on the Tollway in Frisco.
Coming back at you. Now, more Fan Stream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby Savin IndyCar Tim Show right here on Fan Stream Sports, coming at you from a Monday here from the Fan Stream Sports Studios in North Dallas. Happy Monday to you. Happy week 1 of NFL football week. Its situation.
This weekend's going to be filled with a lot of football and a lot of GTA at the same time.
Colby, we've got Thursday night football.
Woo!
We've got Friday night football, Eagles-Packers.
Amazing.
Saturday, full college schedule. Sunday, full NFL schedule. Monday night NFL. Dude.
It's going to be amazing.
My football nipples are spewing milk right now.
Football milk?
Spewing my football milk.
Football milk.
Out of my football-shaped nipples.
You know what? It's soon going to be my favorite time of the year. When we get football, but when we have all 4 sports going at the same time.
Yeah.
Because there's a short period where baseball's going, football's going, hockey's going, basketball's going. That's an exciting time because there's literally no night that you're like, I wonder sports are on.
Yeah, because we always make reference to it near the end of baseball season when NFL, NHL, NBA, we had a couple of nights, or at least one last year, where all 4 Dallas teams played on the same night.
That's just
when the Rangers were in the playoffs.
Epic.
Yeah, it was badass.
Epic.
My sports nipples really went hard that way.
You got too many nipples.
Man, I got nipples coming out my nipples.
That's right.
My nipples have nipples. Colby, you ready?
I am ready.
For everyone's favorite segment.
It is time for the good, bad, and ugly. It's that segment where I go through all the people that were born today, find the people that are famous enough to make my list, make that list, and then I'll offer them up to you guys along with me and Tim for us to decide separately who is the good person, who is the bad person, and who is the ugly person. As soon as I say the person's name, if that's your automatic vote for good person or bad person, put it in the chat. Put it in the comments. Shoot a text to 214-937-0569, the text line. Do something, right?
For the love of God, do something with your life. God.
It is weird when we get that somebody's listening to our podcast at like 2 o'clock in the morning and my phone goes off.
Random text.
There's a random text that says something like, man, I really like that person. They don't say who.
I know.
It's just weird.
We just assume it's me.
Yeah. So, starting off today, turning 47 years old, he is the bassist for Limp Bizkit, Sam Rivers.
Sam Rivers. Call me. I'm going to have an unpopular sports opinion here.
Oh, dear.
I cannot effing stand Limp Bizkit or Fred Durst.
I'm going to give you some homework.
Please don't tell me to listen to Limp Bizkit.
It's one of my favorite songs of pretty much all time, and I'll listen to it probably once or twice, like every month. I'll just have to go listen to it. And it's called The Truth. Limp Bizkit, The Truth.
All right.
And it's one of the most, it's not the most like hardcore bass lines ever, but it's absolutely one of my favorite bass lines.
All right.
Ever.
You haven't heard mine.
We probably have different groove loves.
Probably so.
Say.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So
I probably couldn't play this bass line anyway.
So this one kicks in and it just immediately, like, the neck just can't, no, it's there.
Well, that's cool.
It's
I kind of dig that. Yeah.
It's there. And it's almost to the point of it's going to start your head to bang. It's almost there. And then, of course, then the rest of it kicks in and it's like, okay, yeah, no.
Huh.
It's damn near metal is what this groove is. It's damn near metal. So, but yeah, Sam Rivers, really good job at the bass. And Limp Bizkit, I really like Limp Bizkit. I really do.
See, that surprises me.
You don't normally like stuff like that.
No, it's the mix of the metal and then the grooves that they had. DJ Lethal on the ones and twos, really good. And Fred Durst's voice never annoyed me.
See, it annoys the hell out of me.
It was just some of his add-ons, some of his yeah and stuff like that sometimes would get me. But the grooves were so in. Otto on the drums. Otto is phenomenal on the drums. So everything about like that whole band and Wes doing his weird shit on the guitar was. I just named everybody in Limp Bizkit, by the way.
Could not have done that.
So that whole everybody behind Fred was like the reason why I like Ginger is everybody behind Tatiana is so good at what they do,
right?
That I could just listen to them do their thing without anybody else there.
She wants me.
So, and Limp Bizkit's kind of the same way for me.
Fair enough.
Lennox Lewis turns 59 years old today.
Boxing.
He is a boxer. And I always overrate Lennox Lewis because of how scary he just felt
yeah.
going into the ring. Like, he wasn't overpowering. He wasn't, a lot of things. He was just really, professional at his job and really knew how to box. And then, he did have some KO power. He could knock your ass out. I think I just overrate him when you're like the boxers that like really stuck in my head throughout my watching boxing.
Interesting.
Like a lot of times the list in my head's like Tyson, Lewis, and then I'll end up with, the ones that should be above Lewis. Harvey Levin, 70 years old, that TMZ guy.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't figure out. I recognized the name. Wait, how old is he?
He is 70.
Man, talk about somebody again that just made something out of nothing.
Just decided this is the thing I'm doing, and then it did.
Yeah, because he's like the creator of TMZ, right?
He is.
Yeah.
He's the whole reason why it exists.
He's not just the host. He's also a member.
That's right. He's also the president.
He's also the president of the United States.
Nate Archibald is 76 years old.
Basketball.
That's right. Really?
See, I know basketball.
I mean, old school basketball.
Yeah, real basketball.
I mean, it's just old.
Real back when basketball was basketball. I can't wait for LaFraud to retire so I can start watching NBA basketball again.
Well, he's probably going to play till he's like 55 because he's still good enough to play.
He's only playing because of his kid, though, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, he can still run out there and get you 20, 25. And like
I don't think he could
40,
ever do
whatever.
That. I don't think he could ever do that.
Okay,
He's not Lennox Lewis. You don't have to overrate him.
I don't think I am. This is how long he's played.
The most overrated NBA player ever after Kobe.
Okay, that's enough of you. That's enough of you.
Just saying.
Andrew Ray is 37 years old, better known as Babish from Binging with Babish.
I don't know what those words are that just came out of your mouth. Is that a band?
Binging with Babish it's a YouTube show. And what he does is like popular foods on TV shows. He'll recreate them and show you how to make them.
Huh.
Like, like stupid stuff. Like he'll do like, here's what, because it's the Krabby Patty, but it's not meat. But how would I make it underwater?
Right.
That situation.
Oh,
what
wow.
would I do?
It's a neat niche.
And he'll, like from movies when they had like, some kind of weird lasagna or something like he make that.
Is he related to Rachel Ray?
I don't think so.
By the way.
Yes, I would.
Rachel Ray?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I mean, why not? Is it bad now?
Colby.
Is it bad now?
Oh my God.
What happened?
I will show you. Continue on now.
All right. Terry Bradshaw turned 76 years old.
Whoa, today's T. Brad's birthday?
It is T. Brad's birthday.
And he's 92?
76. But his butt's only 65.
Wait a minute. I got one for it right here. Somewhere. Wow. I like Terry Bradshaw. Lives here in Dallas, by the way.
He does. My buddy Doug once ran into him at a Christian bookstore, and he walks up to him and says, "Hey, Mr. Bradshaw, I really don't like your Steelers," or something like that. And he goes, "Oh, it must be a Cowboys fan." And my buddy's like, "No, I'm a Bengals fan." He goes, "Bengals?
Nobody's a Bengals fan.
From Cincinnati? What are you doing here?"
That's pretty funny.
Are we still looking for a picture of Rachel Ray?
Chloe is so bad.
Is it bad?
Yeah, it's because I saw her on something the other day. I used to think she was like super cute, right?
Right.
And I was like, who is that ate Rachel Ray?
Oh, no.
Go to the next one here. I'm going to
All right. Mark Harmon turned 73 years old today.
UCLA quarterback.
Also, that NCIS guy.
Well, we know him as a UCLA quarterback. I don't know what he ever did after college.
Oh, he's a great actor.
I'm just kidding. You know what I know him from? Summer School.
Okay. That was that.
With Kirstie Alley and Courtney Thorne Smith. So great. All right, you want to see Rachel Ray, Colby?
Sure, why not? Been waited with half my breath baited.
Don't bait your breath. Where'd you go, Rachel? Oh, my God, where'd you go, Colby?
I don't know. I'm not computer man.
God, I swear.
He broke it. For those that are waiting on a current picture of Rachel Ray.
So are we.
So are we.
I think I broke it, Colby.
Okay. I mean, I could have just looked.
Johnny was just texting me, yelling at me because the computer's super slow, and I'm like, you should see it from my end. This is the one that I spilled beer on, by the way.
Oh, no.
Remember that night?
Why are we whispering?
Right where I didn't want anybody to hear us.
It's in a microphone.
Damn it. Oh, crap. I think I just broke the computer.
Is it really busted?
Yeah, I can't do anything.
We're frozen.
No, like I can see behind the windows that are open that won't close. We're still moving on the screen.
I mean, I can see us moving on my screen, so there's that. All right, everybody, Google a current image of Rachel Ray, and
Broke it, Colby.
I guess
Crap.
no, I'm not even going to worry about it. It's done.
Oh,
Past.
wait, I think I fixed it. Wait.
Wait for it. It's riveting.
Got it.
Riveting radio right here.
Got it in 3, 2, 1.
What?
Colby, that's Rachel Ray.
You know what?
You're still going to say it, aren't you? She's got crazy eyes right there.
Oh no, those are definitely they're not. Wait, no, those aren't crazy eyes.
Those are crazy eyes.
Those aren't crazy eyes.
What is wrong with her?
She would make a good cosplayer for Velma, though, right?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm in. I'm still in. We're good.
Really?
Yeah, I'm still in.
I need a body shot of her.
I'm still in. We're good.
She used to be so cute and perky and thin.
Well, I mean, they get older and stuff happens.
I don't care. Doesn't mean I have to like it.
Cat Williams turns 53 years old today.
Oh, it stayed on there.
It sure did.
I cannot stand
Oh, stop it.
Cat Williams.
Stop it.
Dude.
He's hilarious.
No. The next funny thing Cat Williams says will be his first.
No.
There's nothing likable or funny about Cat Williams.
No. All right.
How old is he? 'Cause
No.
I got my bad. How old is he? 87?
No, he's 53.
Oh, he's my age.
He's hilarious.
B-A-D 30 exclamation points. He's terrible.
He's not.
I don't like
he's
him.
Hilarious. No, I don't understand, Tim. He's hilarious.
How is he hilarious?
Every one of his stories is great. Him sweating up there and doing his comedic routine. Then he tells his story about getting high. Anything he says usually ends up fucking either super intelligent or hilarious.
I have yet to see it.
You've yet to watch him then.
I've seen him because I tried to give him a shot. I give everybody one shot. If you don't impress me, you're out.
And you went in like you did with Korean food at your
Yes.
neighbor's house. You already knew that it was going to be bad.
I'm voting for Trump because he says he's going to outlaw Korean food in America.
Shut up. Well, then I guess I'm not because I really love Korean food.
You have to go to Korea to get it then.
Salma Hayek is 58 years old.
Colby.
Yes.
Holy mother of God. Gosh, she still looks so good for pushing 60, right?
Oh,
God.
yes, it's Salma Hayek. Of course she looks good.
She looks good for it if she was like 35.
She looks good. Just period. She's probably
not when she's on that. She's
Don't
probably
think-
a little bloated.
don't think she has those anymore. She's 58 years old.
We give myself a rim job. Shot.
And finally turning 60 years old today and should be an automatic good. If we hadn't already put him down as an automatic good, he should be. It's Keanu Reeves.
Oh. I don't think we discussed him last year. Now that I'm keeping track, but we only have one that's on our list. Since
Okay.
I started keeping track.
Well, every story that you hear about Keanu
Look,
Reeves
there's our list, Colby. It's got one person on it.
is that he's such a great person, right? He's a biker. He says he'll do John Wick movies till they tell him to stop.
And he wants to do another Constantine.
All of those things. And he just, out of the blue, is like, yeah, okay, I'll do a Bill and Ted too.
And then 3.
Oh, yeah, 3. Sorry, the 3. Forgot that.
All right, Colby. He's on our good list right there. Keanu Reeves. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad.
Uh-huh.
Right there. Keanu Reeves. September 2nd. All right. Does that look like an official list?
Yeah.
That's the way we do things around here. All right, Colby, celebrating Facebook birthdays today.
Woot.
I wasn't prepared for because it almost broke the computer.
By the way, last week when we weren't here, one Blaze Lestar Sapp had a birthday. So that would be my daughter.
Lestar.
So happy birthday.
Colby, my old high school principal, Mr. Dennis, Mr. Mac Dennis, has a birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Mr. Dennis. He's 74, and Mr. Dennis was a man of size.
Oh, yeah?
Like, not just the rotund man, but tall. He's like 6'5".
Okay.
And 6'5", like, is what he was. He was massive.
Just a block of a human?
Yes. And he's, at some point, since the 35 years that I've graduated high school, he lost all of it.
Huh.
He still has the height. He didn't lose the height.
Right.
That'd be hard to do.
Yeah.
You got to get that Jude Law surgery where they cut part of your legs off. Whatever movie, the Gattaca.
Right.
You ever see Gattaca? I had a Gattaca reference.
Wow.
Huh, that was a good movie.
Is that Uma Thurman that was in
Yeah.
there with it?
Yeah. So Mr. Dennis, Kelly Wooten.
Woot.
Happy birthday to Kelly Wooten. He is the owner of several franchise Sonics that are in my area and employs all my children.
All right.
Like, not all at the same time, but
It
at
has
some
at one
point.
time.
He has, and I've got a third now, or a fourth now, getting ready to go to work. Just turned 16. That's going to Kelly. He's a good dude. Dude's a drinker. Oh, and by the way, one of the absolute funniest stories I have ever heard anyone tell in my entire life was told by Kelly Wooten. And I want to have him on the show sometime to tell it, because I can't do it justice.
Right.
But let's say it involves a first date, a road trip, and cowboy boots full of diarrhea.
That's enough.
Yeah. But oh my God, dude, it was amazing. He told us that one night sitting in a bar, and we were already, drunk, so it probably made it even funnier. So there you go, Colby. There's our Facebook birthday. What about our music?
Not playing it, I think.
How did we lose that? So there you go. All right, Colby. Our full-time good Keanu Reeves goes on to that, so we don't have to mess with him.
Right.
I don't know why Keanu Reeves is on it and not Selma Hayek, but I feel like we can't put both of them on it.
No. Because then next year when we get to this list, we may not have a good.
Selma Hayek's got better boobs than Keanu Reeves. I'll tell you that right now. So Selma Hayek is my good, Colby.
That's, yeah. I can see that.
Coming up in the honorable mention would have been Mark Harmon. Because he was a great quarterback, by the way. And, of course, Terry Bradshaw. My ugly, my bad's, do I need to go over that again?
No.
Catherine Williams is my bad with 2 D's and 30 exclamation points. Colby, my ugly, you know what? I'll go Terry Bradshaw. I love you, Terry, but...
All right.
You know what's funny? I have a Terry Bradshaw story, not when I met him, but from when he still played football. So I was watching football with my dad one time, and it was near the end of his career. And I remember watching the Steelers. He got sacked. I swear to God, I can still see the play in my head like it happened yesterday. He gets sacked, and his helmet pops off. And it was the first time I ever saw a football player that was bald.
Oh, okay.
And because he still had kind of the long hair that came down, kind of like he very recently still did.
Right.
So with his helmet on, it just looks like he's got long hair. And I'm just, I'm like 10, 11 maybe. And his helmet came off, and he's just completely bald, but with the long, and he had a cut on his head, like the sack cut him, and it was dripping blood. And I remember thinking, like, Dad, there's bald football players? And he's like, yeah. I said, and they bleed? He says, all the time.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my Terry Bradshaw story.
All right, then. So my good, I almost want to give it to Kat just because of how bad you besmirched him. But it's Selma Hayek. I can't not double up on that because...
Yeah, how dare you even think about not doing that?
My bad is... It's not really a bad on here, but I'm going to go just because I'm annoyed by him, Harvey Levin.
A little bit, yeah. It's acceptable.
And my ugly... Sorry, Terry. You are the ugliest person on here.
Wow, we agreed on 2 of them.
We sure did.
Damn.
But majorly disagreed on one of them. Just want to point that out there.
Yeah, but I'm right, so it doesn't really matter.
No, you didn't give him enough of a chance. I'm going to start feeding you shorts of Cat Williams. It's funny until you laugh.
Start feeding you shorts of bald Terry Bradshaw.
I don't want his shorts.
See what you think. I bet they stink, too.
Probably do. So
Everyone's
there you go,
does.
everybody. There is your good, your bad, and your ugly. If you disagreed with any of that, you didn't comment, so...
So F you.
We'll wait for your text.
We have whoever disagreed and didn't comment.
F you, F you, F you, and F you. Peace out. I'm going to go have a Guinness.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, Guinness. Nectar of the gods. You drink Guinness, Colby?
Love Guinness. It's my favorite beer.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's my absolute favorite.
You ever mix it with your cereal?
Did not ever do that.
Yeah, me neither. It was just a thought. Probably a bad idea.
Somebody used to make black and tans for me.
Dude.
And I love those but it was like, you know what? I'd almost just rather have the Guinness. I don't think I need.
So when I was a bartender and bar manager at Humperdinck's down on Northwest Highway, we were a microbrewery.
Yeah.
And we had an amber beer called the Butt Face Amber.
Uh-huh.
And that's what we would use along with Guinness in our black and tans.
Oh, nice.
Holy crap, dude. It was amazeballs. We had some funny named beers.
I'm ready, Tim, whenever you are.
Butt Face Amber. So I was looking at pictures of Rachel Ray when she was young.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty hot.
Oh, Oh, yes. It's time for Colby Sapp's Mystery Shotgun. I am your host, Colby Sapp, along with Pod Racer Tim. Got a little things to get into. And right off the top, I need to get into some Crapolite news.
Is there new Crapolite news?
Manny Jacinto says making season 2 of hashtag Star Wars The Acolyte is now his personal life goal. For those that don't know who Manny Jacinto is, he is Darth Joker. He's the actor that plays that guy.
Forgot we called him that.
So, Smilo Ren says that
I thought he did well with his character.
he did well with yes
for what he was given.
He did. His character was, the things he was given, great. Liked his character. I don't like the idea of them having a second, unless you get a different writer and different everything, all the different people. Because I would like to see more of Darth Plagueis.
Yeah. Now, I did see something. I didn't read it. I meant to bookmark it and go back to it, and then I couldn't find it. But it was something about how Disney plans to install certain aspects of what they were going to have in Acolyte Season 2 into other series.
Just
so that we don't miss anything.
Right.
But they'll just present them differently in other series, I guess, that are going to air.
Because of, let's be honest, the person over this, she will not be named.
No.
Really, really fucked this up.
For everyone.
Because
it's a lot, lady.
It could have been a good baseline to work off the rest of the Star Wars universe, and it just turned into, it was trash. Sorry.
They had fire in space, Colby.
Yeah. And they stabbed Matrix Lady with a itty bitty knife and she died.
Matrix Lady.
So there you go. So let's go on to the other news. It's not really news, but it's something to think about. So RDJ, again, has been announced. He's playing actual Victor Von Doom. So the timeline, all that, blah, blah, blah. But he is going to look like Robert Downey Jr. because they're not just going to make him look like somebody else. What's going to happen when him and Tom Holland's Spider-Man first meet, like face to face? How much of a moment is that going to be? Because of how much influence Tony Stark with that face had on Holland's Spider-Man.
Will Holland's Spider-Man think it's Tony Stark, or will he know it's Dr. Demento?
Even if he knows it's Dr. Doom, if Doom ever takes off his mask and there's RDJ's face, Tony Stark's face there, that's going to be one of your, what does he do moments.
It'll still be jarring, right?
Yes.
For the character.
It'll still, so watch out for that to happen, because that moment's probably going to be one of those marked it down. That's one of the reasons why they did this, is for that scene.
Right.
Because that's going to be a shocker to, Peter Parker. It's going to be, so not a bad way to look at that stuff. News out of the Daphne Keene camp. By the way, X-23. Also, she was in Crapolite, but we won't talk about that. So Laura,
is she the one that had her all? We didn't know who she was because she was all made up like an alien.
Yes, the one that got stabbed multiple times, had the actual cool death scene. That was
Swiss cheese.
Yeah, that was Daphne Keene.
She's hot.
So she's been quoted as saying that I would do this 100% for the rest of my life, as far as if she was still offered to play X-23, throughout the rest of her life. Like what Hugh did with Wolverine.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, definitely. Let me have this. So what if Hugh walks off of the, into the sunset with his Wolverine, and to replace Wolverine, they use X-23 in the movies as her being the Wolverine character?
Well, we're 10 years away from that, though, right?
We are, but I think that would be cool.
Yeah, I would accept that if she's a hot Wolverine. I would
Plus,
accept that.
the foot blades are awesome.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
The foot blades are awesome.
I did enjoy those.
So, and you still need to check young Daphne King out in Logan.
Well, like, I've seen pictures, but I should watch the movie.
The movie's
Wasn't she
great.
really young, though?
Yeah, but the movie's great. Yes, she was really young, but her playing that character really young, and the fact that she didn't really know a lot of English, but she's playing a scared child.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
It just made it even better. So Daphne King down for playing X-23 like forever. And I am totally here for it. Now for the exciting news before we get into our college football overreactions. And exciting for some, Lanterns, which is the DC Studios TV show about the Green Lanterns, the Green Lantern Corps, has extended an offer to who they want to play Hal Jordan, which the last time Hal Jordan was on your movie screen, Ryan Reynolds was playing this character in that really bad Green Lantern movie.
That he makes fun of himself all the time.
Their person that they want and have extended an offer sheet to, waiting on him to sign it and say, yes, I'll do it, Josh Brolin.
Love Josh Brolin.
He's going to add to his list of characters that he's played because he was Jonah Hex, Cable, Thanos, and now going to play Hal Jordan. So he'll have played 2 DC characters and 2 Marvel characters.
Wow.
So, Josh, by the way, in case you missed what's happening in if you play a character in a TV series or if you voice them in an animated series in DC Studios, you will forever play that character. Like if you're voicing that character, like the Creature Commando characters that we'll see as the first DC Studios animation, every character that's in there that's being voiced by a person, if that character shows up live action, it'll be that person.
Oh, wow.
So Josh Brolin playing Hal Jordan, if they ever need Hal Jordan for a movie, Josh Brolin will be playing Hal Jordan.
That's awesome.
So it's not signed yet, but the word around the street is that he's been offered and everybody's got thumbs up that he's going to be like, sure, I'll do it. So if you ever wondered what the willpower of Josh Brolin can make with a lantern ring, you're weird, but also I am too, because I just wondered that question myself. And we will soon find out. So there you go, everybody. There is your Colby Saps Mystery Shotgun. You are up to date with the things going on. And of course, we will never see Blade because it's in production hell.
Damn it.
There you are. All right. That abruptly ended that music.
Oops.
So coming up next, we have our college football overreactions, and then we step into the wild and wacky world of news and notes to find out what a teacher does when a 3-year-old won't stay still for story time. That's all coming up on the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions is tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. 0569. Text us 24/7, day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Today's show is brought to you by Tom's Town, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka. Named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tom's Town, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
In 1993, Bob opened the original Bob's Steak and Chop House on Lemon Avenue. 32 years later, the original Bob still greets you at the original Bob's. And now his sparkling new Bob's at Craig Ranch has opened in McKinney. Same fantastic beef and fresh seafood at these two Bob's, each run by the Bob's Steak and Chop House.
Hi, golfers. E-Car Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. What is turf life? It's pretty much if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things to showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there over there at that turflifeclub.com.
Crest Infinity in Frisco. Through the end of the month, you can lease the 2024 QX60 pure front-wheel drive for just $499 a month for 36 months. You bring $44.69 due at signing and drive away. And it gets better. This month, when you lease the new QX60, Infinity will cover the tax. On approved credit, 5s to choose from. See dealer for complete details. Expires 8/31/24. Also, you can get a $15,000 incentive on all remaining in-stock 2024 QX80 models with more than 30 to choose from. Get on out to Crest Infinity to test drive one today. Off 121 in the Tollway in Frisco or online at crestinfinity.com. There's good, there's better, and then there's Crest.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the temperature, ensure your home is totally secure, all from the palm of your hand. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Start by going to the website, GetStarPower.com. That's GetStarPower.com.
Coming back at you. Now, more Fan Stream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show right here on FanStream Sports. We are live from the FanStream Sports studios here in, where are we, Colby? North Dallas, I guess.
Yeah, I usually tell people we're Addison.
Addison's appropriate too, I think. Colby, we've got college football on tonight.
We do.
And we're about to talk about some college football, but I have an update here.
Uh-oh.
Colby, you will recall that in week 0, over there in that Dublin, Ireland, Florida State, number 10 Florida State, lost to Georgia Tech, 24-21. Actually, I think they were ranked higher than that before the loss. 24-21, Florida State goes into week 1 here. They're the final game tonight of week 1. 0-1. They had a 70-something% chance to make the 12-team playoff entering the season. After the loss to Georgia Tech, they had a 34% chance to make the 12-team playoff. Colby, if they lose to Boston College tonight, it goes down to a 0.9% chance to make the 12-team playoff. Colby, it is early third quarter. Florida State trails Boston College in Tallahassee 21-6.
Oh, dear God.
Poor J.P. Peterson is on a ledge right now. That's his alma mater. That's his team. So things not looking good for DJ Uiglelunglalea.
No.
Or whatever his name is. He is not having the season that many thought that he would.
No, it's not looking good for him. By the way, I apologize to my friend that often quotes banana bread at work, dude.
Ooh, I could go for some banana bread.
So, yeah, he's also a Seminole fan.
Ooh.
But he also chose love over his friends, so,
Well, screw him. Nobody does that. So, yeah, things not looking good for Florida State. As, by the way, I will be on the J.P. Peterson show tomorrow from, what are we on? 9 to 11 Central Time, 10 to noon Eastern Time. Right here on FanStream Sports, as I am each and every Tuesday and Friday. And we will be talking, no doubt, some Florida State BC.
Uh-huh.
As I will be talking JP off the ledge because, man, he had some high hopes going into the season. And I didn't share them, but, on his show, I'll support him.
Right.
I've never been a believer in DJ Uiglelunglalea. This is now his, third team? Because he was at Clemson, then he went to, Oregon State or something, and then now he's at – a good quarterback doesn't have to change teams that often.
No, you just go when they're offering you more money, man.
Well, if you're good, they'll pay you that money to keep you where you're at.
True.
And that's not happening, so poor guy.
Mm-hmm.
But, Colby, we had an exciting week one. I thought we would kick the segment off with sharing a little bit about our teams.
Okay.
For those that don't know, Colby is a Hook'em Horns, Texas University fan.
That's right.
And Tim, that would be me, is an Aggies fan. And one of those teams looked better than the other as we anticipate that matchup in October, by the way, down there at that Kyle Field.
Yes, sir.
You want to share a little bit about the Longhorns? I got to watch a little bit of it. They had a little bit easier game than the Aggies did.
They had a little bit of an easier game. Some question marks that I had going into the game was we had lost some talent, so how do you look? I mean, were you going to be able to tell with this game? Not very much.
Right.
But what I wanted to see was speed of the receiver. How do we look in the middle? I know we've got a good quarterback.
Right.
Hell, we got a good backup quarterback from what we just saw.
Yeah.
But the receivers looked really fast.
And that's strange to say considering Xavier Worthy's now in Kansas City with the Chiefs.
Right.
That you got other guys that look fast too.
So I was very, I mean, it's like 56-0, right? How can you walk away from that not feeling good about yourself, no matter who you're playing? But everything that had a small question mark, like secondary, we kind of gave up some yards last year. Secondary looked good as far as who they were playing. Mm-hmm. And that's all I can go by. And so is this team a full team? Is it everything that I want it to be? As of right now, it looks like it. It really does. I mean, offensive line, everybody looked good. There was nobody out there that didn't look good.
Yeah. So,
I mean, we'll see. You've got a game coming up this week, and you got last year's. Now, did they look great? No.
First game of the season, though, that's what it's for. Don't forget, there's no preseason, you guys, in college football.
Right.
Week one is your preseason. That's when you find out what you've got.
And we'll find out real quick if this defensive line with missing the first rounder and the second rounder that left, and we plugged in some really good ones, we think. Well, this is going to be a run-heavy team, even though Harbaugh's out.
Mm-hmm.
It's still going. They're still going. That's their trend. So, will you be able to put up with it? And if you can, then this should be an easy game. It should be against Michigan, if you can. So,
yeah, because Michigan had some issues.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, we had a lot of teams that had some issues here in week one. We'll get to that in a second. But, Colby, my Aggies hosted My number 20 Aggies hosted number 7 Notre Dame at Kyle Field. Mm-hmm. A curious choice of opponent for a week 1, right? Normally you got the big schools that play the Cream Puffs because that's their warm-up, right?
Right.
But nope, not this week. Not this year for the Aggies. And for the most part, I thought both teams looked a little iffy to start the game. This was a 6-6 game at half, if I remember correctly. But, man, the Aggies, this offense under Colin Klein, I still have big hopes for, is a high-powered, high-scoring offense.
Right.
But nothing was clicking on Saturday night against the Irish. Connor Wigman looked like it was his first game, and he was a true freshman, and it looked like he hadn't thrown a football in a year. And I don't know if that's him not knowing the offense, him being nervous for game 1, being nervous against playing the Irish, who are supposed to have a good defense, or what. But, man, his throws were terrible. He was off target on most of his throws. And, you know, normally when quarterback is consistently overthrowing guys, it's nerves, right? It's adrenaline.
Yeah, Brett Favre disease, I like to call it.
And I used to love Brett Favre when he'd come into Texas Stadium because Texas Stadium had that huge crown in the middle of the field that was unlike any other stadium.
Right.
They said it was such a crown that if you're standing on the sideline looking at a guy on the other sideline, you can only see him from like the chest up.
Right.
Because of the crown in the field. Brett Favre never got used to that crown throwing those out patterns. He would throw balls 10 yards over guys' heads.
Yep.
But, man, he never looked comfortable. Neither team looked like they wanted to win the game. Kudos to the Irish for pulling it out. That's what they were supposed to do, though. They're supposed to be the better team. The players of the game for each team were the kickers. Both hit some long field goals. Both looked really good. But, you know, my takeaway from the Aggies is that the offense wasn't ready to play.
Right.
Wigman wasn't ready to play. The defense is good. The defense is going to be good. The Irish defense is going to be good. I've got questions about Riley Leonard at quarterback for the Irish, who, of course, was at Duke with now Aggies coach Mike Elko. So it was kind of they were reunited for the game, opposite each other this time. But, man, huge question marks for Connor Wigman and the Aggies offense. I was not happy at all with the effort that we got. Running game looked pretty good. I was a little concerned. But, man, just not a lot of offense from either team. So a big defensive struggle, and I didn't expect that, even though both defenses are good. But I wanted to go back a little bit to the Week 0 game that we just talked about, Georgia Tech and Florida State, because playing quarterback for Georgia Tech, ex-Aggies quarterback Haynes King, who transferred because Connor Wigman was taking his job.
Right.
And I've often come on these airwaves and others and said what a horrible, ridiculous-looking quarterback Haynes King is, because his throwing motion is just stupid, for lack of a better word. He looks horrible throwing the ball. It looks like he's going to break his back and his elbow and throw his shoulder out of socket every time he rears back to throw the ball. It's the weirdest looking thing I have ever seen. I have no idea how he was a 4 or 5-star recruit quarterback. But when he went to Georgia Tech, they fixed it.
Oh, dear.
Which Jimbo either didn't try to do or didn't care to do when he was in Aggie land.
He's making too much money.
Now, it's still a weird-looking throwing motion. But he's way more accurate than he was. He had a great season last year at Georgia Tech. I didn't watch any of it, obviously. Why would I watch Georgia Tech? But I watched the Florida State-Georgia Tech game in Ireland, watched the whole thing, and I was amazed. It was still hard to watch, but it was like a different dude, man. If we could have had that dude at A&M, Jimbo might still have a job. But
you wouldn't like that, though, if Jimbo still had a job.
Dude, I was a fan of Jimbo until he started losing.
Okay.
And he just acted like he didn't care. Now he's one of my nemesis.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, Aggies got some work to do before they meet up with the Horns in October. Definitely be watching the Horns and the Wolverines. But, Colby, we had some struggles in Week 1 for a lot of teams that are supposed to be good. For instance, you had number 3 Oregon, now in the Big Ten, leading Idaho by only 3 points halfway through the fourth quarter. You had number 24 NC State trailing Western Carolina and UCLA trailing Hawaii going into their fourth quarters. Abilene Christian had several chances to score in the fourth quarter and beat Texas Tech. Tennessee Tech led Middle Tennessee, and Central Arkansas led Arkansas State in their final minutes of their games. Old Dominion led South Carolina with 7 minutes left. Texas State was losing to Lamar. Michigan State was losing to Florida Atlantic, and Wisconsin was losing to Western Michigan, all in their games as heavy favorites. So the main theme of the week here were we're near upsets. And look, you had Vanderbilt beating Virginia Tech. So that was an upset. But good God, dude.
Can you imagine if you just went through and just bet the spread on all of those games? Because I'm sure a lot of them didn't make it, right?
Yeah.
So if you just bet the spread towards the underdog throughout those, what kind of parlay would that have ended up being?
Good Lord.
Nuts.
But it was all fun to watch because you didn't know what you were going to get,
right.
with anybody. You didn't assume anything. Some overreactions here.
Texas winning the national championship.
It might be an overreaction, but it's possible, man, the way they played. Arch looked good, too, by the way.
Yes, he did.
He got some playing time.
Got him a touchdown.
Of course, their starter going into next year after Ewers gets drafted first overall to the Raiders.
Right.
or the Giants, maybe at this point. But number 2, Ohio State began the season with a 3-and-out, and they needed a good 25 minutes to distance themselves from Akron. Now, they ended up winning 52-6.
Right.
But, man, it didn't look like that in the first half. It was very questionable.
When you're getting your butt stopped by Akron, it's bad.
Number 3, Oregon scored only 2 touchdowns in its first 10 drives against Idaho, an FCS team. Michigan gained only 269 total yards against Fresno State and led by only 6 with 6 minutes left. They eventually won 30-10, but it was tenuous at best. So now everybody thinks Penn State's going to win the Big Ten, which that's not going to happen.
Then they'll have a running back drafted in the first round, and it will end up turning out to be not good.
Clemson got stomped by number 1 Georgia. I think most of us called that.
Right.
JP and I on Friday did our college football predictions, and he thought Clemson was going to put up a fight. And I'm like, dude.
It's Georgia.
And it's Davos. By the way, Clemson, the only team in the country that hasn't had a starter ever on their team that they obtained through the transfer portal.
Because he doesn't believe in it.
Because he will not utilize the transfer portal. Well, you know what? You're probably going to get fired this year because of it. Because your team sucks.
Bud.
And you didn't deserve that number 14 ranking to begin with going into the season.
Go Dabo somewhere else.
Colby, I watched number 19 Miami stomp Florida.
I watched it for a little bit because I've got a Gator fan as a friend.
Yeah.
And I was like, rough. I shot him a DM. I was like, hey, jumping on the game. You getting on? He's like, man, not right now. Gators are coming on. I was like, but why? I mean, you'll be here in a little bit because your team's not good this year, bud.
Yeah, 41-17, Miami. They'll jump in the rankings here for sure. And man, Cam Ward, the Miami quarterback. I mean, I know it's only September 2nd, but Heisman?
Could be.
Maybe up there with Shadur Sanders and possibly Travis Hunter in Colorado. Both of those guys look. Did you see that touchdown catch by Travis Hunter?
Yes. The one where he turned around 360 in the air and oh my God.
Holy mother of God, dude.
What?
And what do you do with him in the NFL? You draft him as a receiver or a defensive back because he's great at both.
Just Bo Jackson, that son of a bitch. Give him an IV.
I mean, Deion played both for a while in Dallas.
Yeah. He also played a couple of packages in Atlanta.
He did. Can we say that Dion goes both ways? Is that the correct terminology for that?
Sure. From both sides of the plate.
Both sides of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Mario Cristobal might have saved his job here if he can put up a good showing this year, because otherwise, good God, dude, he hasn't coached well since being there.
Side note, I wanted to say this a while ago. Isn't college football better when the Hurricanes are good?
I think so.
I feel like they are.
Yeah.
I feel like it is.
Just like the NFL's better when the Cowboys are good.
Right.
And when the Patriots suck. And the Eagles suck. When everyone sucks except for the Cowboys, the NFL is better.
That's the best.
So there you go. Some overreaction times. By the way, did you see the Northwestern and Miami of Ohio game where they're playing their football games?
Oh, yes, the little stadium.
The little soccer stadium.
Yeah, that just has the bleachers on the side, on the end zones.
The end zones. And it's right on the water.
Yes.
It is one of the most spectacular settings for college football. Now, they've added like temporary seating around it as they build their new stadium.
Right.
You know, and that's why they're there. But, dude, I know it only seats like 8 people. But it was so cool to see on TV.
It was cool to see on TV. It also kind of sad to not see a crowd, though.
Yeah, like even though they had such reduced seating, it wasn't even full.
Yeah.
But it's Northwestern. I mean, come on. Nobody takes them seriously anyway.
I mean, surely Northwestern people do.
Are there?
Yeah.
Like, are there Northwestern people?
I mean, there's a lot of Northwestern people. Sure.
I guess so. All right, so there's your college football talk, everybody. We'll at some point this season for college football, we plan to get the great Jeff Tito Thidoff from 97.1 The Fan up in Columbus, Ohio. He's your college football fanatic, as well as Mr. Scott Hamilton, formerly of ESPN Radio. He's a big college football freak, and we're going to have both of those guys on throughout the season to talk some college football, Colby.
Woo!
Whoops, that was the wrong one.
Uh-huh. Thank you, Tim, for playing the right music. Thank you, me. Thank you for making it sound good. News and Notes is where I search the World Wide Web for the weird.
Internets.
By God, I found it. We're going to California. Actually, it's a California man. He was at the luxury Venetian resort in Las Vegas.
Been there.
He's a very wealthy California man, and he claims that his sex life has been ruined following a painful encounter at the Venetian resort. So Michael Farchi, is his name, 62, says he was sleeping in the Palazzo Tower during the 2023 Christmas holiday when he woke up with searing pain and he realized that a scorpion had stung his testicles. He felt multiple additional stinging sensations on his hand and groin area. I guess they're in the same spot, according to the lawsuit filed on behalf of Michael and his wife, Batia. She's not doing well. Farshi reports that experiencing PTSD and erectile dysfunction and other lasting effects. His wife is also suing for loss of consortium.
Consortium. I don't know.
Claiming that his and his wife's sex life has suffered due to the incident.
Wow, dude. Can a scorpion sting you more than once?
Yes.
Can it?
Yes, it can, because it has a stinger.
It doesn't lose it like wasps do that or something?
No. So, by the way, if you ever see one scorpion, there's another one.
They travel in pairs.
They travel in pairs.
Oh, that's cute.
So.
Do they hold hands like otters do in the river?
Yes. Yes, they do.
They mate for life.
They hold claws. I can't imagine. I've been stung by a scorpion by stepping on one.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks. Can you imagine on your testicle? And then it just goes to town because you're freaking out because you're waking up, and it's freaking out because...
I think my sack just shriveled up a little bit talking about it.
Yeah.
Ooh, can you imagine you get stung in the testicles, right in the scrot, by a scorpion and then the scrot swells.
Right.
And you're walking around with that in your pants.
So, yeah. Scorpions. Rock you like a hurricane.
There's no one like you.
Let's go from there to the Bull's Head in Denbigh, Derbyshire. It was told it needs to improve its procedures following the inspection. It was food inspection because this is a restaurant. The pub has been closed after inspectors found multiple food hygiene problems, including a food handler who was observed repeatedly scratching his bottom.
You get stung by a scorpion.
Yes. The Bull's Head was told to improve, including an instruction that food handlers must not repeatedly touch or scratch their backsides. Can you imagine reading a report if the Bull's Head was your restaurant that you've been closed because your kitchen staff couldn't stop touching its butt?
I feel like you shouldn't have to be told that.
You shouldn't have to be. Also, to anybody and everyone that's eaten at the Bull's Head in Denbigh, sorry.
Yeah, you've already been there.
I'm sorry. So, there you are.
Man.
TikTokers are getting people arrested.
Oh, no.
As the ever-popular Chase Bank glitch is people that are trying it are discovering that it comes with a huge cost. A new TikTok trend has people posting their attempts to exploit a glitch in the Chase Bank's ATMs that offer infinite free money. But they're quickly learning that a bank and its money are not so easily parted. Experts say the glitch videos look an awful lot like check fraud.
Oh.
One of the oldest scams in the books. Videos are urging customers at the bank to take advantage of the glitch quickly. Took off online, prompting people to deposit fake checks for large sums of money. The glitch would credit some of the sham deposits to the customer's account before the checks cleared.
Like instantly available funds, right?
Right. One video showed people lined up outside Chase locations in New York, allegedly looking to take advantage of the viral glitch to get free money.
Wow.
So what they're saying is write yourself a check from another institution or whatever for however much money you think you can get away with, deposit into your account. Some of it will be available. You take that money out.
And you have free money.
And you have free money.
That's not a glitch. That's theft.
That's check fraud.
Yeah, that's not a glitch. It's supposed to do that.
Right. Because it's assuming that check's good.
Right. Because it believes people, which you shouldn't, ATM machine.
Right. So, yeah, don't fall for the Chase free money glitch.
Wow.
It's not a thing. We're going to the Webster.com. We're going to Merriam-Webster.com for something that I found. It's the word of the day for September 1st, 2024. It's skirl. You know what skirl means?
No.
It's not skirl.
Skirl.
It is, when you skirl, it means to play the bagpipes. So people that play the bagpipes are skirling.
Huh. You ever played the bagpipes?
I have not. I've enjoyed listening to the bagpipes.
Have you? Yeah?
Yes.
I like AC/DC.
And Korn.
Have you ever, Korn has bagpipes? I didn't know that.
Uh-huh.
I don't listen to Korn. I don't even eat corn. Have you ever referred to a chick with her mouth on your unit as blowing the bagpipes?
Have not.
I think I just made that up, but I might stick.
I had a friend at work make up glint. You know what glinting is?
No.
So when a vagina winks at you.
A glint.
Mm-hmm.
We should call that a glitch. It's
In-
supposed
in-
to do that.
In the Matrix.
It squirts out cash.
Let's go from there to, well, we got to go to Florida. As a Florida teacher has been arrested. We're going to Deltona, Florida. Didn't know that was a place.
Been there.
A Volusia County teacher was arrested on Saturday after deputies say she used her legs to put a 3-year-old in a headlock during class.
Oh, my God.
According to the arrest affidavit obtained by WESH Channel 2, Vilma Otero is facing child abuse charges after a paraeducator in her classroom witnessed the incident and submitted a Florida Department of Children and Families report. So it's story time, and the 3-year-old wouldn't stand still and was kind of fighting things. So she just put the kid in a leg lock sleeper. Thought that was a good idea.
I mean, we've all wanted to do it to some kids.
Right.
Huh.
So, according said that the boy's face was turning red as he screamed and tried to free himself from the chokehold. I think this is overselling this a little bit,
Right.
but
Would be a better story if the teacher put the kid in a figure 4 leg lock.
right. It's also harder because the little bitty stubby legs
Kid
trying.
won't reach.
Yeah, just not right. So there. Oh wait, we got to go one more time. We're going one more time to the Florida because holy crap! A Hatfield man is accused of stealing a new Subaru Forester from the Lansdale Public Library parking lot, driving it to Hatfield Police Station to ask for his drugs back.
It's ballsy.
And then driving to Target with the intent of stealing from the store. Christopher Jordan Gazelle, 24, of an apartment on the 20th block of Popular Street, was charged August 1st with felony theft by unlawfully taking, felony receiving stolen property, and misdemeanor unauthorized use of a car. So, police confiscated his drugs, and he didn't think that was nice.
Hey, you can't do that,
You
man.
can't confiscate my drugs.
That's my drugs.
This is my drugs. I'm going to go up there and ask them, I don't have a car.
Just borrow one.
I'll just borrow one from the library. I'll bring it back. They're probably going to be in there for a while on the internet or whatnot.
You think he used his library card to check out the car?
Yes. Drove the stolen car to the police department and said, hey, give me back my drugs. They said no.
Hey, where'd you get that car?
No, so then he's like, fine, I need something. So he drove off in the car. Then it was reported stolen. Then they realized that was the car he was in and found him at a Target where he was trying to steal stuff from Target. I guess to sell, to buy more drugs.
Buy more drugs, Colby. He could have just sold the car. Bought a lot of drugs.
Bought a lot of drugs with the car that he stole. So there you go, everybody. Don't steal a car to try and ask the cops for your drugs back.
Or your drums.
All right, that's bad. That's news and notes, everybody.
Oh, my gosh, Colby. That was a good new abbreviated news and notes.
Woot woot.
That's going to do it for us tonight. This is the Colby 7 IndyCar Tim Show right here on Fan Stream Sports. We'll be back on Wednesday to preview, Colby, football.
Ooh, the NFL.
It's back.
Woo!
And it's back. We'll be back at 7 o'clock Central Time on FanStreamSports.com, the FanStream Sports app.
On Wednesday.
That you can download for, what did I say?
You didn't say it.
Oh, okay. I wasn't done. Okay, now I got to start over. 3, 2, hit record, Shippy. We'll be back on Wednesday with another Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show at FanStreamSports.com, FanStream Sports YouTube, the app that you can download for Android or the far superior Apple devices.
No.
and we'll talk a lot of football. Bring your football questions, bring your football answers, and bring your football nipples with you on Wednesday. Until then, boys and girls, we'll see ya.